Now, New Zealand fair trade importer Trade Aid celebrated its 40th anniversary at a kite day in Auckland yesterday. 1,000 kites imported from a trade partner in Thailand were flown to celebrate the growth the company has had in those 40 years. I'm joined now by Cottrell, who co-founded Trade Aid with her husband Richard. Hello, Vi, thanks for coming in. You were inspired, weren't you, by a trip to India in 1969. Tell me about how the idea for Trade Aid had its infancy back then.
Well, off we went to India as a kind of adventure, really, and we worked in a program to resettle Tibetan refugees in northern India. And they made great handcrafts, beautiful carpets. So when we came home, it was our idea to import and sell those carpets. And that's where the idea of Trade Aid was born.
So how does it work? How do you ensure that Trade Aid's principles are, enforced at the point of where those goods are being produced?
By choosing our trading partners very carefully. They have to fit our criteria. We visit them. We know them well, and we're in long-term relationships so that there is trust on each side. And certainly visiting and constant communication is at the heart of that relationship. And
you now buy food and crafts from, I think, 30 countries. That's a major operation, isn't it?
Yes, well, it is. Quite a lot of that is the coffee and food, which comes from different countries from where the craft comes from.
Do Kiwis get it? Do Kiwis understand the principles of Trade Aid and fair trade?
I think that they do. I think there's a whole generation of young people growing up who are very much more aware of injustices in trade and environmental concerns and all of these things. And over the years, we've had a very active education program which reaches out into communities, as well as 29 shops, that people can go into and get the message there. So I think it's growing really fast.
And I think there are some talks given in schools, aren't there?
Yes, we do. We have speakers that go to schools, and we have kits for teachers to use as part of their social studies programs too. That they don't promote Trade Aid as such. They talk about trade and justice and the difference that fair trade can make.
Trade Aid, I think, has some 900 employees. 800 of those employees are volunteers. Is that, in essence, I guess, the key to Trade Aid's success here?
I think it's one of them. I think the goodwill of all of those people who give their time for nothing is significant, and they're great customers, and they know other people, of course. In the beginning, Trade Aid was totally volunteer, but of course as we grew we had to have paid staff. But yes, I think you're right. It is one of the reasons that it's been successful for so long.
You must be incredibly proud, because the principles of Trade Aid and stopping with some traders, the injustice that can be levelled at people in, South America and Africa, parts of the Middle East. You've changed the lives of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people.
I know. And it began so small and has been so successful just to still be here and to visit people and to see the changes that have come through this kind of trade is, it's something I'm extremely proud of. I think we all should be.
Trade Aid, 40 years on. Thank you. Vi Cottrell, appreciate your time this morning.